I hope in Christ in times of despair. Why? Lamentations 3:22 through 23 say, "The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases, His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." The author of these words is introduced to us as the man who has seen affliction. He has endured the siege and overthrow of his city. He's seen everything from heaps of dead bodies on the street corners to compassionate women boiling their own children for food. He has personally been afflicted, he says, in every way. Physically, his body is broken and wasting away. Mentally, he is enveloped in bitterness, tribulation, cloaked in the darkness of deep depression, and burdened by the chains of his sorry life. Emotionally, he feels like a wild animal has torn him to pieces and left nothing inside. And the pain is like that of a man who has been used for target practice and has had arrows driven into his kidneys while people stand by and mock. Spiritually, he has no peace in his soul. He has forgotten what it is like to be happy. He is overcome with fatigue, and he no longer has hope, even in the Lord. Or does he? A ray of hope cuts through the gloom, and the afflicted man lifts his eyes from the ashes of devastation, looks past the intense psychosomatic pain of his pathetic existence, and spits out the gravel on which his teeth have been made to grind, saying, "This I call to mind, and therefore I do have hope. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases." God's faithfulness does not negate the reality of His feelings, but it is the one thing on earth that is greater. Perhaps you feel alone in an intimidating, harsh world of violence, death, and despair, crying out for some answer, some hope. But most have none to give. In times of despair, when life seems to be ruined forever and hope is gone, I hope in Christ. His faithfulness is greater than my feelings, greater than my fears, and greater, yes, than my own faithlessness. I would urge you to trust in Christ, to look to Him, and find hope in your time of despair.